Last video I talked about setting up the foundation for the vision of this game. If you haven't checked that out, you can click on the top right to watch it. I've been working hard to get the game to feel right before I go into making the match framework and all the things that make it a real game. The first thing I fixed this past month was the weapon system. I created it by using some free animations, but you could easily tell that they were free and not professional. I mean, the arm is clipping through the camera right here. I swapped out the weapon system completely, basically starting from the beginning again, but now we have an even better system, and especially without the arm clipping through the camera. With better animation, it makes it feel more tactical and realistic. With this new system, I'm able to add recoil patterns to each gun and how strong they go. This basically means that recoil will be hard to control on mouse and keyboard compared to controller. This also makes a big difference when aiming or in hipfire. It also gets modified based on the attachments you have, like if you have a vertical grip, it'll reduce it slightly, making it more competitive. One thing that I have to fix though is that players can spam shots really fast, making a pistol feel like an SMG. Out of everything I've done, the most important thing is making the game movement feel better. Movement is a key aspect of FPS shooters movements. Controllers first have to aim in order to lean, where PC can just use the Q and E keys to lean. Once I get some playtests in, I'll be able to fine-tune the movement so it feels perfect. On top of that, I was able to add operator speeds and letting the weapons modify how fast they can run. Be used to balance operators if they become too broken or useless. In Fireteam Breach, we will have a total of 6 maps at launch. The first 2, called Beach and House, have been blocked out and are ready for playtest. The Beach map is a cartel-owned beach party house where on the surface it looks like a simple mansion, but underneath it holds drugs and weapons. The Beach map was my first one, so it took me the longest to do. These are alpha versions, so they're most likely going to change once we do playtests. Blockouts are usually just white blocks and that's it, but I wanted to give an early environment pass to the map so it's easier to visualize and playtest since Unreal Engine makes it easy to change these things. I made these maps by first drawing them in my notebook, so excuse the bad handwriting. When I was designing the maps, I had competitive gameplay in mind while still trying to make rooms be realistic. New R6 maps don't feel real, and it kinda just feels like a bunch of random rooms put together for Pro League. I wanted to avoid that in my design, so I spent hours researching floor plans, architecture, engineering plans, and house tours in similar places to make sure that it's realistic. Moving on to the house, I wanted it to feel completely different from the rest of the map so that each one is unique and memorable. The house is a cartel safe house where they would go into hiding or something along those lines. Giving it a luxury feel while still being in the middle of nowhere is what I'm going for. I decided that the house map will be in the jungles of Mexico. I looked at tons of reference images and videos to get a true feel for jungle architecture. There weren't really any references for houses this scale, so I had to take some liberties with it too. In both maps, entry is through breachable walls, hatches, or the giant glass walls. To balance the glass walls, I'm going to make a roll-up door barricade that the defenders can use. Whether it'll count as a barricade or its own thing, I haven't decided yet. In the last video, I showed an early system of different time and day and weather per match, but it wasn't the best example since the beach map wasn't blocked out. You can see now that the different times and weathers make a big difference for both sides. The emergency light event also makes a big impact on gameplay now that things are more fleshed out. A small detail but a fun one are these radios I put in the game. Just shoot them to turn them off. Lights were already able to be shot in the last video, but since I blocked out the maps, you can see how this makes the game feel more intense and unique when you shoot them. If someone with good aim takes advantage of shooting out the lights, it encourages creativity and more unique gunfights. A quick thing I added was the settings menu, and ones such as camera sensitivity, so that way drones and cameras can be easier to control. Using these camera sensitivities, I have some new features to share with you. Attackers will also have a flying drone for observation. Instead of 2 ground drones, attackers will have 1 each and can choose which one to spawn with. The philosophy I want to go for is that most guns will be strong so that players rely more on their gadgets and game sense instead of relying on their gun skill. I have created some early drafts of the loadouts for each operator and their lore, which you can check out in the Discord by using the link below. This next month is exciting as I will have some playtests coming up, more attachments, and other features I'm working on. I'll be live streaming the playtest, which will be basic 1v1s without operator gadgets, so it's pure gun skill just to test the rounds and game flow. You can join the Discord so that you can get notified when we start playtesting and watch along. I had said in the first video that I wanted to do a devlog every 2 weeks, but given how much work it is, I'm going to correct that to once a month. That way I can show off more quality content to you guys and not just be showing small and non-important details. Join the Fireteam Breach Discord using the link below and subscribe to keep up with the game and its updates. If you're watching this in the future, the Steam page will probably be ready, and you can click the link below to add it to your wishlist. I'm planning to release the game by Christmas, first on PC, then to other platforms like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Thanks for watching.